So I see a lot of people say that they do not care for the Scarlet and Violet era. Besides 151, there just aren't that many good sets. Now, these are the same exact people who jumped in halfway through Sword and Shield and think they know everything. So today, I'm going to prove to you guys that the Scarlet and Violet base set is one of the greatest base sets ever created, and it's honestly an amazing investment and everybody's sleeping on it. But before we get started, we got to thank today's video sponsor, and that is Punch-Out Gaming. Punch-Out Gaming is my local game store and the #1 game store in all of Minnesota. On their site, they got a little bit of everything: Pokemon, One Piece, sports cards, so many video games, and they have a ton of sealed Pokemon products. You don't have to worry about ordering from Amazon or eBay. This is a real store that you can come visit or you can call. And they have one of the best selections of raw Pokemon cards that I've ever seen. So if you're ever in Minnesota, they're 30 minutes north of the cities. Definitely come check them out, and the link is in the description. Alright, let's get started. So now, in order to tell which set is the best, we just got to look at the set list. And we're also going to look at box prices and prices of the singles, which the price of the singles doesn't really matter, but it's just kind of interesting to look at. So here's Scarlet and Violet. Beautiful base set. Now, commons and uncommons, we don't care. Some people care. If you play the game, you care a little more, but whatever. We're going to the good stuff. Alright, check out all these illustration rares. Now, base sets usually are heavy towards the newer generation, but not all the time. Some of the older ones aren't. But we got a lot of illustration rares here. We got 6, 12, 18, 24 illustration rares. We got some pretty good ones. Let's see, do we have any ones that aren't Gen 9? We got a Relu. We got the Ralts, Curlia, Drowsy, Slowpoke. So, not a ton that are, not just pure Gen 9. I know that doesn't seem like that many, but it's really going to matter when we compare these other sets. Now, these are just the regular illustration rares. So, now we got some Terra full arts, which aren't the most popular, but they're pretty good looking cards. And then some very nice full arts. We got the Koraidon and Miraidon, a Gardevoir, we got a Banette, Toxicroak, some older Pokemon mixed with some newer. And then we got some beautiful full arts. Now these are just the basic full arts. Good amount too. We got eight regular full arts. And then we got the special illustration rares. We got the Miraidon. Look at this card. Beautiful card. The Gardevoir, and now this goes with the Ralts and the Curlia, and it tells a story. Great Tusk. I'm a big fan of him. I love Dawn fans, so a little biased. But Koraidon, another legendary, one of the most important legendaries in all of the video games. Iron Treads, again, I'm a big fan. Now, we got some special illustration rare trainers. Now, these are the greatest trainer cards we've ever gotten. Like, ever. And the Miriam, this is one of the best cards in the set. This card was very, very expensive when it came out, but the prices definitely did dip. I like this penny card. I like the ones that kind of tell a story a little bit more, so I'm a big fan of that one. And then we have beautiful gold cards. Like, I'm talking beautiful gold cards. The Miraidon and Koraidon. Nest Ball, Rare Candy, that's a popular one. The basic energies. Now, people are like, oh, energies, but people like to collect those. Same with the Pokeballs. I know multiple people that have every gold energy that, that's came out so far, and they have all the Pokeballs also. So, pretty cool little collections. Alright, let's hop back to the main page so we can count how many good cards there actually are in this set. So look at this. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. So that's 60 beautiful cards. Alright, let's hop to Sword and Shield. Now, Sword and Shield, everybody loves Sword and Shield, but they don't remember the Sword and Shield base set, Rebel Clash, Champion's Path, Darkness Ablaze. It's because they all started after that, the ones that are really complaining about the Scarlet and Violet era. But we got some basic Vs and Vmaxes mixed up in there. Let's get to the good stuff. Alright, there's the good stuff. So, let's see, we got 6, 12, 18, 24, 30 cards. Plus, let's say another 8, or let's say another 10 for the Vs and VMAXs. I don't even know. So 40 cards. So we got some very nice full arts. I really like that Snorlax a lot, actually. And then we got 4 regular full art trainers. And then we got rainbow rares, which are not the most popular. I know some people love them. But they do get a little boring because they're just copies of the full arts. You know, it's not the greatest. And then 6 golds. So when comparing the two sets, Scarlet and Violet destroys Sword and Shield art-wise. It has 20 more collectible cards. And not to mention, the best trainers we've ever gotten. We're getting special illustration rares, which blows any rainbow or gold or full art out of the water. It's just really not comparable. But yeah, this is the Sword and Shield. Everybody loves Sword and Shield era. Let's go back a little further. Sun and Moon. Now, this is the GX era, if you guys did not know. So we got some basic GXs up there, of course. Let's get to the goods. All right. Now, I will admit, these full arts are much, much better than the Vs from Sword and Shield and our EXs that we get now. The texture's better. All older full arts are better. But again, what do we got? 5 trainers, some rainbows, some golds, a couple gold energies, and then some hollow foil energies. So we got 4 golds that are just all Pokeballs, basically. I do love the Umbreon GX. This has some very nice rainbows. But again, comparing art, you know, look at the SBN GX right here. It's the same exact one as the rainbow. So, I mean, if we're talking art-wise, it's not even comparable. And let's give it a count. We got 6, 12, 18, 24, 25. We'll say 35, even though I don't think it's that much. But we'll just say 35 collectible cards. So 5 less than Sword and Shield and 25 less than Scarlet and Violet. All right, let's keep going. Let's look at X and Y. Now, this has the Mega Blastoise, regular Blastoise. X and Y, they did a little bit smarter, and they threw in some Generation 1. So, that's also always really, really popular. But, I mean, look at the set. Again, these full arts destroy even the GX full arts. Like, you can see the texture right on the picture. But this is all you're getting. Beautiful Venusaur, beautiful Blastoise, Emolga, Yveltal, Skarmory, Xerneas. I mean, that's it. Like, we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll actually count the rest of these since there isn't that many. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So not a ton. You know, 12 cards compared to 35, compared to 40, compared to 60. So, now let's go to black and white. I really like these reverse hollows in this set. Very nice looking. Look at this. We got like 3 cards. And you guys are complaining right now? And guess what? When this set came out and when people opening this, these cards weren't expensive. Like, they weren't dirt cheap, but they weren't expensive at the time at all. They're still not even that expensive. So, nobody should be saying that the Scarlet and Violet base set, or even the Scarlet and Violet era, isn't that great. Yes, it is heavy Gen 9. But, again, if you go back and you look at the Scarlet and Violet, and you pick out all the older generation Pokemon, see, we got Gardevoir, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Like, we got 11 older Pokemon with way better art than what we just seen. So I know it's not a ton, but it's in there. I do wish we got a little bit more. I like when it's more 50-50. Myself, because I personally don't love all the new Generation 9 Pokemon. It always takes me a couple years, really, to appreciate some of them, and then I'll end up hating some that I liked earlier. I'm all over the road with this stuff. I hate Pokemon in every single generation, even Gen 1. So, I love a lot of Pokemon, but I'm not just one of those people who just love everything Pokemon. Doesn't matter what it is. I don't have my own opinion. It's Pokemon. I love it. That's why I don't collect every single Pokemon product. I don't get, a lot of the plushies. I don't get a lot of these cheap little plastic toys. I like the real statues, stuff that they took time to make and not, they just pumped out billions of these things. So, but yeah, that is just comparing the sets when you're just looking at the actual, set list. Now let's take a look at prices of booster boxes. Now look at this. The Scarlet and Violet base set booster box, market price in the mid 80s. Now we just looked. It's the best base set we've got in the last 5 generations. I could have went back a little further, but I just wanted to, because I know a lot of people don't even know those older sets right now, so I wanted to just go back to what people kind of know. But look at this. XY booster box. Market price $1,500, 2 listings from $2,300. Even the Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield was printed forever. Like, Sword and Shield was not very, it wasn't short printed. People weren't buying those boxes. They just sat around. $260. Sun and Moon. Even in, almost $300. Black and White, out of stock, market price was $2,000. So, this just proves. Is that Sword and Shield ETB $60? Wow. Sword and Shield ETB's even going up in price. So here's the thing. Every base set just does good. It's the first of the generation. And here's the thing nobody's even thinking about. Like, I have not seen anybody talk about this yet. These are the first silver border English cards. Scarlet and Violet is the first ever English set with silver border cards. So, you're telling me we have 60 collectible cards and it art-wise destroys everything else, variety-wise destroys everything else. The cheapest booster box, the first ever silver border cards, and I'm not even done. With the Gardevoir line, a line that actually tells a story, and we got the Miraidon and Koraidon, and I know we get legendaries all the time, but these legendaries are special. So these are the first cards of these guys, and Miraidon and Koraidon is special in my eyes is because there's no other Pokemon game where you just start off riding on a legendary Pokemon. There just isn't. Like, every little kid loves Miraidon or Koraidon. It's crazy. I love Miraidon myself, and I don't mind Koraidon at all. But so the only big difference is that the Scarlet and Violet booster box was definitely printed more than the rest. All that means is it's just going to take a little bit longer. That's all that means. Especially when every other, it checks every other box. It's one of the best sets. Now we're just going to look at the prices of the individual cards super fast. Here's the Scarlet and Violet base set. The Miriam, 25, Gardevoir, 17, and the Miraidon, 15. But now here's the thing. These cards actually are not that easy to grade in a PSA 10. You can go look at the pop reports. And a lot of these cards are going up in price. I myself, I wanted to get the Miraidon in a PSA 10. I checked it probably a month ago. I can't remember exactly the prices, but it was like $40, I want to say. And now it's like $70. So the PSA 10s in these more popular special illustration rares are actually going up in price right now. And we'll look at Sword and Shield base set. The Marnie. Marnie's like guaranteed money. And then the Snorlax VMAX for $28. And Zacian for $15. So, value-wise, Sword and Shield, it's actually doing pretty good. But you got to remember, sets always drop when they first come out, unless it's a special set like Evolving Skies. So I definitely think all the Scarlet and Violet sets, the cards are going to start going up in price a little bit once we get way down the road. It takes a while. All right, let's look at the next one, Sun and Moon. This has the Lily, same thing as Marnie, just guaranteed money. Even though Lily was so annoying in the show, but whatever. We got the Umbreon, Gold, Espeon, mid-15s. Decent value, actually. Not too bad for these cards. XY. the Blastoise and Venusaur, I will admit these are the best full arts for Blastoise and Venusaur I think we've ever gotten. And, God, that makes me mad. Why is Blastoise worth $15 more than Venusaur? Drives me nuts. Alright, next. Black and White. The set with only 3 cards. Pikachu, Zekrom, and Reshiram. So, $42 for that Pikachu, that is pretty good. I've seen that Pikachu in person. It is beautiful. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video because I really think people are sleeping on Scarlet and Violet. The entire era. I mean, the Scarlet and Violet base set isn't even the best set, but you can take every set and compare it to its, predecessor before, and it beats it. You compare Paldea Evolve to Rebel Clash. They're the same sets. They're all about the new starter Pokemon. It's not even comparable. Now, I know when you compare some of these sets to, let's say, Evolving Skies or Lost Origin, I know it's tough. But you gotta remember, we already got 151. Like, that's a pretty good start. Now we're gonna have one more heavy Gen 9 set after Temporal Forces. There's a chance they might do one more for the Indigo Disc. But after that, I think they're gonna drop something crazy. So, I'm very excited, especially with the rumor of Megas coming back. Even though I feel like the Mega cards weren't that popular, so I really hope they do something different. Like, some Mega Special Illustration Rares would be awesome. Yeah, so I think Pokemon is in a great spot right now. The future is bright. So many Sword and Shield boxes are going up in price. I'm buying as much stuff as I can right now. Sword and Shield ETBs. I'm making a lot of moves right now. So if you guys like this video, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. My name is Pokebeard. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support, you can now become a member with tons of exclusive content. I do a lot of up-to-date news. When new cards drop, I always post it on there right away. And if you guys have any questions, in-depth questions, I'll help you with whatever you need on there. And then you guys can check out my eBay store. We got 100% positive feedback with 21,000 cards sold. And if you guys want to check out the prices of the Evolving Skies ETBs before they go up in price, check this video out. Otherwise, have a great day, and we'll see you later.